I want every one of you to look at this. Authorities said the suspect was known to the FBI. Buffalo, 2022, 10 killed. Authorities say the suspect was known to the FBI. Boulder, Colorado, 2021, 10 killed. Authorities say the suspect was known to the FBI. Parkland Springs, Florida, 2018, 17 killed. Authorities say the suspect was known to the FBI. Sutherland Springs, Texas, 2017, 26 killed. Authorities say the suspect was known to the FBI. Las Vegas, 2017, 60 killed. Authorities say the suspect was known to the FBI. Orlando, Florida, 2016, 49 killed. Authorities say the suspect was known to the FBI. San Bernardino, California, 2015, 16 killed. Authorities say the suspect was known to the FBI. Boston, Massachusetts, 2013, 3 killed. Let's get down here a minute. I want you people to remember a lot of things. Number one, the Constitution, people, is not a list of suggestions, it's the law. Okay, the Constitution is a written instrument. As such, its meaning does not alter. That's what is meant when it was adopted, it means now. Nothing's changed. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Second Amendment. The claim and exercise of a constitutional right cannot be converted to a crime. All acts of legislation contrary to the natural right and justices are void. When any court violates the clean and ambitious language of the Constitution, a fraud is perverted, and no one is bound to obey it. Now, this is what you need to remember. Remember them 223 congressmen that just voted for gun control laws in the Congress? U.S. Code Title 18, Part 1, Chapter 13 to 242. Depriving of rights under the color of law makes it a crime for any person acting under the color of law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom to willfully deprive or cause to be deprived from any person those rights, privileges, or immunity secured or protected by the Constitution and the laws of the United States. They shall be fined under this title or imprisoned for any term of life or for any term of years or for life or both, or may be sentenced to death. They can't claim ignorance of the law. They're supposed to be lawmakers. Like I said, these people never read the Constitution. If anything at all, they only read what other judges said about the Constitution, making that judge the law and not the Constitution itself. Take my word for it. Well, don't take my word for it. Look it up. Here's Archie Bunker. Thank God for Archie Bunker. Gee, will you look at that? A man who accidentally left 300,000 guns for the Taliban to use is lecturing me on gun control. Way to go, Archie. You got it, bud. Now this is about red flag laws, due process as described by the 5th and the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution. Article 1, Section 10, Clause 1. No state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant letters of marque, or reprisal, coin money, emit bills of credit, make anything but gold and silver a tender in payment of debts, pass any bill of attainder or ex post facto law, or any law impairing the obligation of contracts. Bill of attainder is a legislative act that imposes punishment without a trial. How can any state enforce federal red flag laws that are premises on a bill of attainder? You can't pass a law that imposes punishment without a trial. They cannot, nor can they constitutionally legislate on their own. It goes for the same for ex post facto laws that say what was legal before is now illegal. Outlawing something which you owned prior to a new law. Think firearm bans. Well, I'll tell you, there's something else. They started this ex post facto law. They put it into the Violence Against Women's Act. Now, you were perfectly legal up until 1996 or 97 to go buy firearms. You know, say you had a bad wife and you come home, you caught her in the act of doing something, and she denied it, and you called her a name, and she slapped you in the face and started scratching your eyes out, and you pushed her down on the couch. She calls the law. They don't lock that bitch up. They lock you up. They charge you with domestic violence. But you're still allowed to own guns. Okay? So that was, say, 1980. So for 17 years, you went out and you bought firearms, and it was perfectly legal. Then they passed this law, and it says, well, ex post facto laws don't apply. Who in the hell's running this country? Biden's part of that law, too. You can't do it. It's against the law. It's against the Constitution. That makes that law void. Null and void. That gun violence against women, null and void, people. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to go to court. Your rights were restored. You paid your fines. You went to jail. And that bitch got off scot-free. Don't give me that damn shit. We know the law. You don't. Well, remember, people. One if by land, two if by sea. Paul Revere's ride. Yep. Okay, people. That's all I got for right now. I got some more later. But this ex post facto law, like I said, you can't pass a law after the fact and use that law against you. It's like Biden and Obama and all those nitwits chewing gum in school. Well, because they were chewing gum in school when they were in kindergarten, it makes it totally illegal for them to be president, vice president, so on and so forth. You can't do that. You're depriving somebody of a right. Now, if you pass a law and then later on somebody does something, perfectly legal for you to throw them in jail and charge them. But anybody before that time, you go to hell. I mean, that law accidentally, in case you didn't know it, it automatically went all the way back to Adam and Eve. That's how bad it is. Okay, well, people, hopefully you gained something from this. You understand the law a little bit better. Good luck out there. Keep your powder dry.